Good afternoon, and thank you for being here. My name is Sam Malouf. I'm the co-founder and president of Maloof and the Maloof Foundation. We'd like to give a special thanks to Governor Spencer Cox, who's joining us today, and for all the work that he's done in the anti-trafficking space. We'd also like to recognize Coco Berthman and Julie Whitehead, two survivor leaders who are making a huge impact in the space, raising a lot of awareness. You'll hear from Julie Whitehead in a few moments. Now in its fourth year, Golf for Freedom was created to unite community members in support of a great cause, to help children and families in need. The event has become a tradition for the Logan community, so we're excited to expand it to the greater Salt Lake area. Like previous years, every dollar raised at the golf tournament today directly benefits the cause of the Malou Foundation. Specifically, today's proceeds will go toward a new initiative led by our team. On behalf of the Malou Foundation, I'm pleased to officially announce our plans to build the first Aftercare Center for trafficking victims here in Utah. This will service young female survivors ages 11 to 18. Throughout the years, we've collaborated with Aftercare centers throughout the world, providing bedding and mattresses to those in need. Throughout those experiences, we recognized the need to have aftercare services here in Utah for survivors of sexual exploitation. Our goal with this new Aftercare Center is to offer long-term therapeutic residential services to young female survivors across the state of Utah and in the surrounding areas. We'll continue to work with aftercare experts to ensure we can accommodate the needs of every survivor in our area. Right now, our focus is geared toward female survivors, ages 11 to 18, because of the alarming rate of the care that is needed. In the future, we hope to address the needs of males as well. To show the role of aftercare programs in survivors' healing, Julie Whitehead will share her experiences trying to find the appropriate care after escaping her trafficker. Following Julie's remarks, my wife Casey, co-founder and board chair of Maloof and the Maloof Foundation, will share some details about the future of the Aftercare Center. Governor Cox.
Hello, my name is Julie Whitehead, and I am a trafficking survivor. I was born and raised in Utah, and unfortunately I was also trafficked here at the age of 30 when I had 3 young children. My trafficker came into my life literally the day that my ex-husband was arrested for domestic violence. He trafficked me throughout the state of Utah and into the surrounding states. I wish that I could tell you what it feels like to be trafficked, but I can't find any words bad enough to describe it. Thankfully, somebody finally saw me and thought that something looked wrong about my situation and intervened, and I was able to get free from my trafficker. In my experience, there are 3 equal parts and equally difficult steps to overcoming being trafficked. The first is survival. You have to survive. You have to fight. You have to make impossible choices, and you have to do everything in the name of staying alive. The second is escape or rescue, and a lot of people think that that is where the story ends, but truthfully, that is where the new chapter begins. That new chapter is healing and recovery. I've actually said to my husband before that the healing part has been more difficult than the surviving part was, and that is in no means to minimize how difficult it was to survive. But with the healing, I find that it's very intentional. You have to put yourself through pain intentionally. You have to open up old wounds and deal with the pain and the shame and work through that. I have actually been in intensive therapy for 6 years now. It was really difficult to find treatment. I started by searching the state of Utah and California and came up empty-handed. I then made it to Tennessee, where I stayed in a program for 13 months, only to realize that they weren't specialists in trauma, especially my level of trauma, and they were doing more harm than good. From there, I got a tip to go to Boston, Massachusetts, where I thankfully found a place that could support my needs. And I have been there for the last 6 years, away from my children and my husband, living in Boston. When I left, my daughter was 18 months old, and when I returned, she was 6 years old. I say all this to stress how important aftercare centers are, especially that are tailored to trafficking survivors. To have all of these different resources under one roof, in one place, a safe place where survivors can live with other survivors who understand things in a way that no one else can. I believe if I would have had that opportunity, I would be farther along in my healing today. What you are all doing today, donating time and resources to this new Aftercare Center, makes you all heroes in my book. I'm very grateful for your compassion to this topic and for your commitment to creating change. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie, for sharing your story and being here today. My name is Casey Malouf, and I'm the co-founder of Maloof and the board chair of the Maloof Foundation. A year after the Maloof Foundation was formalized in 2016, we adopted our flagship cause, which is to confront child sexual exploitation, including sex trafficking. We fulfill our mission through 3 fronts: education, healing, and justice. The new Utah Aftercare Center aligns with our focus on healing, and we're proud to offer these services to children. The Malou Foundation recognizes other nonprofit groups working to assist survivors, and we're excited to offer the first long-term aftercare program in Utah for young women ages 11 to 18. At the new center, survivors will receive all-encompassing healing in one place, typically for 18 months. Services will include housing, medical care, clinical therapy, education and life skills training, faith support groups, and legal assistance. Our team is looking to build the Aftercare Center in the greater Salt Lake area, and we're currently looking at land opportunities. For privacy and safety purposes, we will not be disclosing the exact location. Renderings of the campus are being created by our lead interior designer, Kim Christiansen. And to my right, you can see our initial design of the campus, which includes an administrative wing, transitional housing, independent housing, and a community center. We hope to break ground in 2022. Like Sam mentioned, all proceeds from today's event will benefit this new Aftercare Center. I'm excited to announce that today we have raised over $200,000. So everyone here today has contributed to this success, so thank you for coming to support this cause. We're honored to have Governor Spencer Cox with us for this announcement. He'll now take a couple of minutes and share his thoughts. Governor Cox.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor to be here with you today. I'm so grateful to the Maloof Foundation for their generosity. We live in a very special state, a state that cares about our most vulnerable. And when we're talking about our most vulnerable, there is no one more vulnerable than the children in our state and across the country and world who have been exploited and trafficked, part of the sexual exploitation that unfortunately still occurs in our society today. We're so blessed in Utah to have generous foundations, philanthropists who are willing to partner with government and others to provide the type of care that is necessary to heal. Julie, thank you for your courage and your willingness, your vulnerability, your willingness to share your story. We know that there are many stories like hers, and we focus often on the trafficking piece of this, and then too often don't focus on what comes afterwards, the healing that is necessary, the trauma-informed care that must be provided, especially to these young women that have had these traumatic experiences. This Aftercare Center is going to be a game changer. It's going to help save lives, to heal lives, to improve lives, to help these young women get their lives back, to reclaim their place, to overcome the trauma that they have faced. I can't thank Casey and Sam enough for the good that they're doing. Over $1 million last year that they donated to this incredible cause, and now we're going to have a world-class facility right here in Utah that will make a tremendous difference. So on behalf of the 3.3 million people of the state of Utah, I'm just here to say thank you. Keep up the good work, and we appreciate, I just have to say, the other people who are generously donating as well today to this cause. So many businesses and individuals and others who are joining with the Maloofs to make this possible. And again, that's what makes Utah special. So we will encourage future donations to come and to help with this cause, and look forward to great things in the future. So thank you so much, you guys.
Thank you again for everyone in attendance for being part of this announcement. We especially appreciate all the teams, sponsors, and the media that came out today. Anyone interested in getting involved with our initiatives can visit or talk with us here today. And we especially invite everyone to take the On Watch training. It's an online trafficking awareness training that can be reached at iamonwatch.org. Governor Cox, Julie, Casey, and myself will be taking media questions or interview requests for the next 10 minutes off to the right of the podium. Thank you.